As I stand here, I just want to give God praise and glory and thanks. We all have a testimony. Sometimes our testimonies, we might look at it not great, but it's still a testimony because we are testimonies for Jesus. So I just want to say, in my workplace, I know the Lord placed me there for a reason, a purpose. So my prayer always in the morning, help that I may be a light in that workplace and help that light will shine through me, that as others looking on, they may see Christ in me and through me. Help me to be humble and to just do the things, not by might, nor by power. Not to go mourning, grumbling, or complaining. Just ask the Lord for strength, Sometimes you look around, others may say, this is what they have to do, so they can't do something else. But for me, I do everything, because I ask the Lord for strength to do it. So, everyone comes in that workplace, because I work in a nursery. So I said, Lord, that there's no one escape that I may not share something with. So whether it be a parents, always have a little book in my bag to give to someone. I said, Lord, who shall I give it to? So that's me. So I have most people, they are Polish-like, so they don't really understand. We don't really understand each other. So I'm praying in my heart, Lord, we're discussing about you, but help me to meet them at the point of their needs where they can understand me. Simple. As I break down what I'm saying, so this lady, she was telling me she buy lots of toys for her grandchild. So I'm saying to her, you don't need to buy a lot of toys for your children. I said, you're the first teacher for them. So it's a time and place for everything. So you can buy toys, but not too much toys. Buy some storybooks that tell them about the love of Jesus or God. But she was understanding me, so I'm have to try and breaking it down and down and down, So after I'm talking, she go for a chair and she come and sit beside me. She said, what you're saying is so interesting. And she said, where did you get all your messages from? Where did you get these talking from? She said, I read the Quran, but I said, I read the Holy Bible. She said, the Holy Bible? What is the Holy Bible? So I have a Bible in my bag because I walk with my Bible. You never know when I need it. And the word is my defense. I walk with it. So I went for the Bible. She take her phone. She take her picture. She said, I'm going to look for this Bible and I'm going to read it. I said, praise be to God. I said, Lord, you're going to break it down in that language that there's something else that we plant a seed in our hearts. So, I'm there in that workplace, so I try to give everyone a book in there. Only one lady tell me she don't like reading. But at lunchtime she's reading. But she said she don't like reading. And I'm saying in my heart, I want to say to her, but I leave her. I said, you say you don't like reading, but you're reading storybooks. But because she don't want it, she said it in a nice way. Yeah, but I give everyone, and I pray God for them all the time. And one lady told me she can't sleep at night. So I said, do you pray? She said, no, I don't pray. I said, in Matthew 7, verse 7, it says, you must ask, and it shall be given. I said, you want to sleep, you have to pray and ask for a good night rest. But I want them to learn to get in the habit of praying. So the next day she comes, she said, I know I have a good night's sleep, but I know it's you pray for me, because I didn't pray. So I said, yes, I pray for you all in the morning. One day, you'll get to know Jesus for yourself. So as I go daily, I walk with books. And I said, Lord, who shall I give a book to? But always smiling. Because I know once people see you smiling, they will take something from you. I don't go with a sour face. So I smile, and when I smile, I say, good morning. I said, can I leave you a book? And they will take it. They never refuse. They always take it. Then they ask me, what is it about? And I tell them. And I just pray and ask the Lord to do the rest. So as I go daily, I just ask the Lord to help me to just do the work He has called me to do. So I just want to give God all the praise and all the glory and all the honor, that we may fight this good fight and we may do the work God called us to do, because we all have a work to do, whether we believe it or not, because we can't enter there with going with nothing.
Okay, I just want to share something with you all, and it's nothing momentous, but it's allowed me to give God thanks, and I'm thanking God for what happened to me on Thursday, although you may think being broken down isn't a great thing to give thanks for, but I tell you why it is. I broke down on Thursday. I was going home. I just left Sainsbury's, and got some petrol, and I was going home, but there was lots and lots and lots of traffic. And as I was, heading off, I could see smoke coming out of the front of the bonnet of the car. So I thought, I wonder if it's the man in front of me, whether it's his exhaust, you know, how they can come back up or whatever. And I thought, okay, let me go a little bit more, and if it doesn't go, then I'll put the fan on. And of course it smoked up the windscreen, so I knew it was something wrong with my car. So God had it really planned for me, yeah? Because as I was driving along, the park is on my right, and there's a space there's an entrance to the park, and you can literally park outside the park gates. So I went and I parked, but they're all sort of disabled parking spaces. And I don't know if anyway. So I parked up, and there it came, you know, smoke everywhere, and I was sitting there, and everybody was in the traffic. It was terrible traffic, and I'm sitting there, oh my goodness. I was so embarrassed by it all. But anyway, I waited there, and I was talking to Steph on the phone, so I was waiting for it to cool down, because I know it's some water that's not been topped up. And as I waited, we were talking, and then I'm looking at the time thinking, okay, I'm here nearly an hour. Either I go and get some coolant, because I read the book, it needs coolant, and I thought, oh, my daughter is just over the road there, and she can come and help me. So I rang her, and she was tutoring, and the thing about it is, she never tutors this boy for 2 hours. It's something that just started this week. So she was literally there tutoring, otherwise she would have done the session with him and gone home. But she was still there. So when I rang and she called me back, I said, listen, you've got to come and help me. I'm broken down, I need coolant, and I don't want to open the bonnet and look like an idiot not knowing what to do. Plus it's dark. So come and help me. And she did. And she came, she bought coolant from the petrol station, and it was the simplest job. I didn't have to turn the thing. I just flipped the thing up, fill it in, and I was off. Perfect. And she watched me drive away. But what I said to Steph is how it all came together. I broke down not far from the petrol station where she could get coolant for me. It was a 2-hour working session that allowed me to be there when she was just finishing off tutoring, and it was the simplest job. So it was nothing minor to keep me out. And I think this is how God works. You know, when we might find ourselves in difficulty, but when we are in difficulties, he puts it together in such a way that we can get out of those difficulties quite easily. And that's why I'm up here saying thank you to God, because he really blessed me.
I mean, I've got lots of things to say, so I don't want to take up too much time, so I'm going to probably focus on one thing. We don't really celebrate birthdays, but it's my date that I was born physically into this world. I give God thanks for strength and for life and health, all these things that come naturally. Through the years that I've been on this earth, I remember when I was really young, I said to God, I wasn't really had a proper concept of God, but I said to God, I want to be around at the last days. I want to be around. I don't know why I said that. And I do believe we are in the last days. And I shared that with Ruth and my son Emmanuel, I think on, was it Friday, yesterday, or was it sometime? Anyway. Yeah, so I do believe that God honours, especially children and young people, I think, the prayers of those that are innocent, but with the younger prayers, the young ones, God does listen, and he does do. That pastor said about him wanting to be a pastor when he was younger, and God honoured that. So I do believe God is honouring me, even though the last days there's lots of things we don't know how we're going to bear up. But we know that if we trust God, he says he will bring us through. So the Bible has lots of promises for us to be encouraged, and he's given us examples of people who live holy lives, and we do believe that they will rise up in the first resurrection. But for men, especially young men, what Dwayne's done today, stand up against the flow of things, it's very good. It's very important that you do that, because you're a positive influence to other young men around you. Even my son gave up going to Balham in the morning to come and see you. And he only didn't go to the Baptist in the end, but he came to say, hi, and encourage you as well. So you've got a journey ahead, and you'll stand up as a soldier, as I said, and you'll, by God's grace, you'll bring other soldiers with you. So that's my testimony. Yeah, God bless.
Good evening, everyone. I just want to give praise and thank God for the power of Jesus changes lives, and coming from the darkness to the light, and it's a big thing. So Yeah, my story is long, so where to start? But I'm just gonna keep it short. Before, I would say I was on the other side of life, just misbehaving, getting in a lot of trouble. But things didn't start to change until the day that I got to know, that I read the Bible and got to know Jesus. And the power of change has been putting upon my life. I just want to give thanks and praise to Him, because there's no other power that I could have relied on. Even sometimes I even had family give up on me. They've lost hope on me, stopped trying. But through His strength, I've dug deep. I can't even say I've dug deep. It's Jesus that just picked me up. Time after time again, I've tried things and I've failed. So I just want to give praise to God, because of His love has changed my life. Sometimes, man, I could just literally cry, man, from the love and His grace. Very undeserving of all the love, but He keeps on giving it to me. So, yeah, just want to give thanks to the Lord Jesus Christ. Yeah. Praise His name.